Hello and welcome everybody to the new campaign. Fall 2025 just came out 5 hours ago. We just went through all of the tracks, got all of the author medals, took about 55 minutes or so. I really enjoyed the campaign so far, and what I want to do now is look at all of the world records so far. What kind of strats have people come up with in the first few hours of the campaign? You can see here already there's a lot of improvement happening. Like on this first track, I'm only 13,000, for example. And yeah, I would say without any further ado, let us take a look at map number 1 and check out the records. Now let's take a look at Hobbit versus Shadowgrancer, Shabdi, Bobo, and also Calvin. So yeah, very close lines at the start, of course. Then here you want to speed side a little bit, get the uphill good. That's nice. Same thing here as well, barely keeping grip. Really nice speed from Hobbit here, going up onto the booster and into the finish. So let's take a look at this again. They go a little bit left, ignore my ghost. Actually, let's do this. They go a little bit left at the start to get a better entry into this. Then also here, extremely close to the edge, to the checkpoint, and also this especially, like barely touching the penalty there over the edge. And with that, they get a nice line up here. This is still fairly easy, like just driving. Then here, you want to speed slide up on this. They're sliding a little bit up the hill. And then onto this turn. Want the exit fairly tight here as well to set up for the next uphill, because you want to get this one clean as well. Another speed slide, and then yeah, just try to keep as much speed as possible into this turn, get it full speed, and then onto the boosters and into the finish. Fairly simple map. Let's go on to map number 2. Alright then, map number 2, Soliver Guns with a huge lead here, 1/10 faster than the other players. A little bit of a nose slide in the start here in the dirt, then uphill there, another nose slide, really clean, another nose slide here. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. This is the nose slide map apparently. Another one, of course. Oh my god, yeah, this is a fairly easy entry-level dirt map, right? To just get familiar with dirt driving. But obviously, because they made it fairly easy, you have a lot of space, which means you can do nose slides. Nose slides, you don't turn quite as much as in a normal turn, but therefore you keep more speed, and yeah, they're getting them really good. You can pretty much do the exact same lines as them, just without the nose slides as well. You will be fast still. But obviously these nose slides will gain a little bit of time. So they just snap. Always they go into a turn right here. They are sliding and then snap right here into a nose slide. Yeah, that's really difficult. This one is probably fairly doable, I would say. This nose slide here. The last one I would say as well. The first one out of the upper, that one is super tough, I would say. Yeah, that's an interesting map right there. Definitely a good one for the dirt players. Okay, map number 3 then. We have Bobsleigh. Very, very early on in the campaign. Floy with the world record. This is of course a style here that I am not the biggest fan of usually, so I don't have all of the strats. Mostly you just want to try to keep these same lines here. You want to get very smooth, clean into the... Oh my god, what a crazy end there by Floy. You want to get very smooth into these bobsleigh turns. So right here, a little bit above the red line is usually something good to aim for, I think. And then there you're just using action key 4 here, just 80% steering. Then they flick to the left side here again. Nice entry into this. Try to smooth this out. Then full steer. Another one here. Very important entry again. Just try to get it clean, you know, no wobbles and stuff like that. And that's how you drive this map. Alright, let's go to the next one. Also Tropical, thank you for the 17-month resub as well. Appreciate it. Okay, map 4 with a world record tie, it looks like. Lyrus and Hobbit both with a .495, currently tied first place. Lyrus is on first place then because he set the time first. And this is a small little grass map right here. Very nice introduction to that style as well, I would say. So yeah, just drive down to the left, fairly easy here. They try to avoid the penalty grass a little bit here. They don't go fully over the inside. That would cost too much speed, but they still go a little bit over the edge, as you can see. Then up here, just try to keep the grip in this nice downhill, straight into the checkpoint there. And then, yeah, inside line here. Watch out for these things. Oh my god. The apex is not the actual turn, but it's these things right here, these sprinklers or whatever. You gotta watch out for that. A lot of people will bonk those, I think. And then another really inside turn, close to both of the penalties. And then just try to get a good speed set out of the exit and finish. And then this right here is the difference of, well, nothing. They have the exact same time. You don't really even see hobbits run because they're just exactly identical into the finish. Okay then, map number 5. We have Floy, Yu Master, Beatdown, also very cool, and Tiger Shark, and they are wiggling. Oh god. It's an ice map where at first you just drive normal and then you just drive across, or you are supposed to drive normal, and then at the end there's a small ice set here and then up to the finish. They actually are making camera changes here, I just noticed. There are camera changes on this map. Why is that the Cars skin? It is the Cars skin, the woman from Cars. Oh god. You go up here. Apparently you can do wiggets. Maybe you can learn those. Honestly, you will get a good position on this map if you just do these lines and then try to get a good eyesight. Like, the eyesight is the most important part by far. The wiggets are mostly at the top level. You will need those. But you can get a very good time, I think, without the wiggets as well. And that is the first 5 maps done, the White Series. Pretty good introduction, I would say, to the maps, or to map sites in general. Very interesting that they chose 2 ice maps for the first 5 tracks. That's a bold choice, I would say. But yeah, now map number 6. Is this one just full speed, I was wondering. We did a discovery on this one, and it is looking like it is actually a full speed precision map. Wow. Okay, so yeah, you basically just full speed the entire track. Yeah, easy as that. There's nothing else to say, really. Just drive tight around the turns, like close lines here. The hardest part is probably if we go a little bit ahead here. The hardest part is this chicane. You need to just set up the turns early, you know? They're turning already like half a turn early before the turn even happens. Then just inside line, they're incredibly close to the wall. Nice one there by Limpon already with a .64. I would be surprised if the world record drops another 10th, to be honest. Half a 10th even. Alright, then map number 7. Much bigger gap on this one, and Roquette with a big lead over the others on this. So the start on this one as well, just full speed, you go up here. Then comes a dirt, a wall ride. You want to go fairly high there. You're basically driving a straight line. You can kind of see that, like this looping quarter pipe, wall ride, whatever you want to call it. You kind of just want to drive a straight line like on a globe, you know? Just you're on the inside of the globe. Like when you're flying by a plane, you're not driving like the straight normal line, the shortest distance. But yeah, this is like the path of least resistance in a way. You don't really have to steer a lot, and with that you keep a lot of speed. Left to right in the looping, okay. Seems to be a little bit faster as well, keep a bit more grip I guess, a bit more speed, and then just exit into the finish, okay. Yeah, start was fairly simple, this is just PF right here, you just drive into this wall red as well, just not too difficult. Maybe you gain a little bit with this thread, and then honestly the ending is also fairly simple, you just do another wall ride. This is gonna be close I think, eventually, this track. But yeah, there you go. That was map number 7. Geodesic Curve, that's what it's called, that's interesting. Okay, map number 8 then. Here we go, they have not low. What is this run? What is this run right here? It doesn't even start. Okay, there's a broken world record already. You're telling me that this is the world record, Nadeo? There's not even a car! He's just standing on the start block. What is this bugged run? I've never seen this before. Okay, let's take a look at Corny with the actual world record. What the hell is that? I don't think this is gonna be the last time we'll see Corny. This, I believe, is the reactor zoop map. I was kind of expecting Corny here. So yeah, fairly normal start. Just try to keep a low speed. This one here is interesting, this jump. Wanna get a very nice inside line here to set up for the left turn. Keep a lot of speed. That was nice. And then looping again, like from left to right a little bit. And then over the inside there, get a little bit extra grip. And now what do they do with this reactor? Do they just fly? No, they bounce. They bounce, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. Okay, yeah, again, the start right here, you just drive inside, you keep speed, you get the gear nicely there. There's a small gear here, you can kind of hear it right there. There you get the gear up, so you don't want to steer at the end of that plastic. Then yeah, here you just pretty much drive, jump into this, get a lot of speed, and drive inside here, and then you wanna, right there, release. You see that release that Corny does? Right before the jump. Right there. That way, he's not jumping as far, bouncing on this, gets his nose up, and gets the reactor flight. Actually, to be honest, Makrix kinda got absolutely sniped there. Had a way better start, but then somehow Corny 1000 faster in the finish. Nice finish there. Okay, map 9. This was like a tech map here. So let's see how this one is played. Okay, the Sky with the fastest time here, 0.57. Then a Tween on second place, 0.63. Pretty close stuff here already. Sky going for way more exit speed line there. That's interesting. That's a different approach to the other players. Really nice exit there as well. This is one for the tech players, for the tech enjoyers for sure. This track right here. This is gonna be nice to watch for sure. And then one more drift here, I think, towards the finish line. Yeah, and then just inside line. Got a very nice inside line there as well by Sky. Yeah, that was a good one, to be honest. So yeah, up here, early drift, try to get as much exit speed as possible while still getting around that turn. That was extremely tight for Sky. Then here as well, Sky going more outside than the others. Might be a little bit harder to optimize that kind of line, but gets more exit speed with it. And then also here, early slide, fairly inside, to be honest, for that kind of slide. Same thing here as well. Extremely early setup for that drift. But yeah, then good exit speed here and a very, very tight turn into the finish. That really sealed the world record right there. Nice one, but probably gonna still get a lot faster as well. Okay, map number 10. Okay, it's Riser with the fastest time, 0.50, then Limpern 0.55. Let's check this one out. This one looked pretty cool, I think. I like this one a lot, like driving-wise, route-wise and stuff like that. Yeah, jump up here from the penalty, going very diagonal to keep a lot of speed. Small jump up there, then another jump across to the checkpoint. Extremely far left landing, wow. A little bit of a slide there and finish. Damn, that's clean. And a small water trick at the end as well, of course, for good measure, as always. But yeah, nice jump up here, very clean, early landing. They gain a lot of speed there already, just from that. A few slightly different lines there, but looks like the Riser line was the fastest. Nice diagonal line there as well for the landing, and then just jump up, and after that, just one more turn and finish. That simple. Fairly simple track here. I don't know about this end. I don't know if that really gains a lot. You can maybe try it out. You just gotta wiggle a little bit, it seems. Okay, map number 11 after. It's Copro with the world record. Big world record here by 1700s on this one. This was the first blue map here. The maps are getting harder now. It's a dirt one. Very tricky one, to be honest. Already in the start we see so many different routes. Here as well, they're going inside actually, not outside. That's interesting. And then going outside here, that makes a lot of sense. And then another inside line here. Very good exit, extremely good exit there, honestly, for Copro. And into the finish is 1700s ahead of second place. Damn. Nice run there. Yeah, really wide setup there, completely different to the other players. Then also just inside line here. This probably is better for most players, this inside line. I don't know if it's gonna be the fastest. Like, we can see only one player here actually. Only, I think it's Super Shanu, who went for the outside dirt. Did it pay off at all? He was a bit behind already. He was like a 10th behind. Has more speed now. I think it did pay off. But it's really hard. Yeah, and then slightly worse outside dirt there. And then a little bit less speed. Copro went so far to the left there. And did he get like a gear as well? Did he keep the gear out of the looping? He had definitely way more speed. I think most of the time gain was in the looping for him. But yeah, let's go next one. That's a really tight map there. Map number 12. This is the quarter pipe map. And of course, it's a quarter pipe map, and the best quarter pipe player already showing up. It's Lufok with the world record. What do they do here? Jumping very sideways because the exit is very far. They do a small drift here. That's clean. You could just feel how he barely landed with clipping there. Very low line there as well. Another drift setup, I think, for this quarter pipe jump. Extremely low. Another drift here as well. That's also so low. Wow. This is a really good run already for this early in the campaign. And then bit of a wonky ending and finish. Yeah, that's a nice one, to be honest. Really a nice run here by Lufok. You can maybe watch that from a second player's perspective as well. Pseudo. Going for a little bit of a higher jump here at first, a little bit behind because of that. Others are also opting for different lines here, but it seems to be about equal. Here you want to really just land as close as possible to that booster in particular. Also to the checkpoint, of course, but you get the booster early, which is really important. Much more inside setup here from Pseudo. It really, like, the most important thing that matters there is, of course, how early you land on the platform. And then the finish here. Just one more finish jump. Wanna jump very low, of course, very inside into the finish. They get it very nice. Honestly, pretty cool map there. Would be fun to hunt. Okay, map 13. Another bobsleigh map here. And this time, a Yu Master with the first place. Yeah, they're just exiting it very inside there again. Just smooth lines, pretty much. That's always what you gotta do. Just very, very smooth lines into this bobsleigh. They almost hit the checkpoint there, actually. Another ice slide here. So this is like bobsleigh, ice slide, or ice track hybrid. That's good exit? Wow, that's crazy. And he gets a good exit like that. Damn, okay. Well, anything to analyze on this one? It's pretty much, you want this first entry very good. Like this low angle here. I think because it's an upper, you want to enter it a little bit lower than just action key 4, it looks like, in that part. Then here as well, they are just playing at action key 4 in the bobsleigh turns. They don't need to steer more and just jump up here, and then this ice slide. I think it's pretty tough. You want a lot of exit speed. Yeah. Inside line here, very inside exit, and then just hold. Just hold gas and ride all the way until the ending. And then just one more normal bobsleigh and finish. As easy as that. Okay, map number 14, Dawn with the world record, and another big difference here, 1500s ahead. Different strat in the start, aha! Slightly faster than the others, that's interesting. Okay, the others went like for a more smooth line, whereas Dawn went more inside with a jump and got the downhill good. Okay, then up in here. Maybe go a bit more inside there. Do they do anything for this penalty? They jump a little bit inside there, but that's about it. And then just extremely inside ending. Oh my god. Okay. And finish. Yeah, fairly simple to be honest. But yeah, different lines here in the start. You can see that Dawn jumps more inside here into the downhill than the others. The others are not far behind either. Seems like both lines can work well. Yeah, just good speed around this. Nice exit. Very wide line up here to keep up speed over the booster. I think here you can probably go a bit more inside in this grass turn. I think he misses this a little bit. I think you can, even if you go more inside there, you can get a good exit here. I think that's why the other players are coming a little bit closer. Small jump there to reduce the penalty grass, slowing you down. And then extremely inside. Nice. Nice stuff. Okay, final map of the Blue Seabus coming up now. Let's check this one out. This one was the full speed map. Dubby with the world record, a very, very good full speed player. So let us take a look. Okay, let's see then. Dubby with the world record, 0.18, slightly ahead of the others. So let's see, what was he able to find here already? Well, the start is very simple. You just drive a looping. It's literally PF. Then this, do they speed side here? Yes, they do. Very, very small speed side. Very strong flow trick there as well, from right to left to land a little bit smoother. S4D there, another speed slide here, low line in the wall right, and then, wait, that's cut. Wait, I didn't see that. Oh my god, that's so much faster, no? Oh my god, I didn't even see that. Okay, you can just go inside, you don't even have to drive the tube. That's good to know. Okay, interesting. But yeah, they do a small, wait, another one. They do a small SD here, small speed slide, where they... It's a bit hard to tell because on black platform and you don't really see the skid marks, but yeah, tiny speed slide here, then stopping it, because if you hold it for too long, well, you're in the wall. So he just gets a tiny one. Then here as well, going from right to left, you see the car, it's dropping down on the left side with that, landing way, way earlier on the downhill. Really clean. And then doing an S4D here. Oh my god. I mean, you don't have to do this. This is like for the full speed players. Wait, is it an S4D or does he just get a auto slide? Nah, it must be an S4D. Like, dashboard must be just not showing the brake input because it's too small. Honestly, for most players, the most important thing is going to be to drive everything full speed and get this kind of wall ride good. And then also this right here. If you survive that and the low wall ride line, I think you're good. I think you're very good. It is S4D, yeah. Dashboard is, I think, literally too slow to recognize the brake tab. The brake tab is so short that it doesn't even notice it. But yeah, if you get the good wall ride lines, I think you're good. You're set for this kind of map. Okay. Map number 16, Red Series. This one was very interesting. This was the Fragile map. World record half a second ahead of 5th place. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, good start already. Do they get it smooth? Yes, they do. Very inside after, okay. Nicely inside there as well. This is a map that I was thinking about hunting as well because it looked fun. Do they just jump? Yeah, they just jump. They just jump there, okay. Inside line here as well, extremely inside. Then over this dirt. Do they go side jump? Yeah, that's so much better. That gains a lot. And then what is this? Oh my god, it almost felt like he sped up for a second there. Up here and then smooth jump into the finish. Okay, I didn't see that. That's interesting. Let's maybe watch this from Corny's perspective, who was only 400s behind. Actually, let's watch this from Dream's perspective because Corny's run doesn't load. A little bit of a theme. But yeah, they just jump into the first part, then a drop down here. They were very close in the start. Dream's opting for a little bit more of an inside line there. Wider line here, doesn't really get it as good as Sinks did. Now, what are the different lines here? Yeah, some people are going earlier, some people are jumping more. It seems mostly the same. This part, Corny definitely messed up. Definitely lost a little bit of time there. And yeah, you're so fast in this section here. That looks extremely hard to drive. But yeah, really fun map to be honest, I think. And that's, yeah, first track of the Red Series, map 16. Okay, map number 17. We have Maniac, Sinks, Corsbloom, Dreams, and Chillhase in the top 5. Another one with huge differences. This one I was very excited to watch the world record on in the Discovery because they are so far ahead. And the thing is, this map has Reactor. So, do they do anything weird on this one? Let's see, let's find out. Very inside line there as well. Then reset, just drop down there. Into this section, that's good. Just drive a normal grass turn, drop down here. Another just clean run so far, to be honest. It is just a very clean run so far. They skipped a little bit of penalty there by going more inside, a little bit of a bump, but it looks like actually just a clean run. They keep the reactor a little bit into the finish, which saves a lot of time. Let's maybe watch this from Sink's perspective as well. Once, to just get the comparison. On this track, because he's about 1500s behind. So yeah, already in the start you want to just keep good speed over that, then over the dirt, just clean line, very inside here. Want to hit these inside lines, don't want to waste any space, any reactor especially. Then drop down here, inside line there as well, instantly onto the platform. Now here they're jumping a little bit. There's a small jump, I believe, right here, which skips a little bit of the penalty, but honestly, you just have to drive normal, I think, for it. I was thinking you had to do like a small strat for it, but honestly, just drive normal, go inside, and then especially keep a lot of speed into this wall. Wait, they're doing a little bit of a nose slide there, actually, at the exit, which seems to save a little bit of time. Then just another normal reactor turn here, drop down, another small bounce, hop, and then into the finish. Yeah, there Sinks lost a little bit of speed, I think, against Maniac. But was decent run though. Okay, check out the next one. Oh wait, there's contraband. Wait a second. Okay, we're watching that. There is a streamable apparently for map number 17. Before we go on to the next track, what are we looking at here? Oh. Okay, I see. Oh my god, what the hell? And you can keep the speed. Yeah! 07, anybody who hunts this map on the normal path. I was thinking about hunting this one as well, actually. Oh my god, that looks insane if somebody can pull that off in a real run. Where I just bounce off here, then reactor boost down pulls you in the direction of the bottom of the car, and then just fly. Backslide, keep the speed, and you're good. Oh my god, that will be tough. It's really hard to get a good bounce. Yeah, I imagine this looks extremely hard. But, I mean, it's possible. So somebody will do it. I'm sure somebody will do it, for sure. If somebody already has a contraband there. Okay, let's go on to the next track then. Map 18. This is the sausage tech map. So, let's take a look. Breath Pop. I've never heard that name before. On first place on this one. Just jump into the slide there, barely keeping grip. That was good. Then also here, barely keeping grip in that turn as well. Nice stuff. Full speed around here. Do they jump into this one as well? Yeah, very early jump into that slide. Just keeping grip, lower line there. You don't want to go too high. You will lose, you will jump a little bit otherwise and lose the speed again. Then here, just inside onto the reactor. With the reactor obviously helps a lot with keeping grip there. I say grip a lot, but that is just the most important part on the sausage map. You really never want to jump and lose speed because of that. And then just another inside line into the finish. Yeah, fairly a simple map, to be honest. Here we can watch it again from second place as well, but honestly, fairly a simple one. Yeah, just jump up into this one here. You want to be like on the outside of that bowl there, that bump. Barely jumping across over the edge. Then this is full speed, very good to know. Then here also very nice setup with the jump, I think. Oh, that was a terrible drift. What the hell? Wait, where is everybody? I'm watching the top 5 right now. Where is everybody else? the world record had such a big lead. But yeah, lost a little bit in this part then. I thought that this drift here was a little bit bad. They went a little bit wide and didn't have that much speed. So yeah, the second place is coming a little bit closer there. Yeah, this is such a difficult map to optimize, of course, with the sausage tech. And then also a better finish jump as well. Okay, a lot of stuff's possible here, I think. Fun map. But let's go next to map number 19. Okay, this was the grass full speed map. Yummy. With a big lead. Wait, such a big lead over the others. There must be a trick on this, right? There must be some kind of a trick. So yeah, going up here, keeping lots of speed in that wall, right? Nice speed slide line over that. That's good. Then up here, just speed sliding all the way. It's grass. The entire map is grass, of course. So yeah, into this, then plastic line. And the plastic is weird. Just goes up into it, kind of. You just want a good exit, I guess. That's the most important part. Oh my god, you go high there. Also this, you just go high. What? Those are confusing lines, I will say. What the hell? How is that fast? I mean, it makes sense now that I see it, but damn, okay. That's really interesting. It's on purpose here, these lines. So let's take a look at this. So those are the big ones. The rest is pretty much just normal driving, do a little bit of speed sliding, but this. Let's take a look at it in cam 3, I would say. So he turns into this. Right here, he's turning into the turn. Then down again. This way he always keeps grip. If you're like fully on the side all the time, you don't really have grip. So you go down again and then up. And then also have a very good exit here. And then you just drive normally here again. And then this one was even more extreme. Look at this. Oh wait, there was also this turn which was extreme. Like look at how high he goes here through the wall, right? Oh my god. But yeah, now here he's just steering into the wall, right? Then down. Then up again, and then down. And that somehow keeps more speed. The exit, of course, is a lot better than as well. So yeah, that's a sick find, to be honest. That's really interesting on this map. Way more speed this way. Okay, cool stuff. That's a very unique map there. Okay, then map number 20. This was the engine of map. Feed with a huge world record on this one. A 46.66. Let's take a look. This one was very interesting because when I tried this, I was too fast. I couldn't get around the turns. We already see them actually going inside line here. They did a little bit of a slide and then go inside. That, I guess, helps with being too fast in this section, I was always too fast for this turn. And yeah, if you slide early and go more inside, that I guess that is the perfect way of going about that. You get there faster and you have less speed, so you don't have to slow down. Then here, they do keep grip on this one. The ramp is not worth it. And now here, I think, yeah, this trick is coming in. You can fully grip that turn on the inside. You have so much more speed. You don't have to, but that will gain a lot of time. And then just a clean release line for the ending. Nice stuff. Okay, let's maybe look at that also from Granadi's perspective here as well. Not surprised that Granadi would hunt this one a little bit. So yeah, just inside line here. Wait, he released, I think. But you're an engine off. You can tell that he releases here, but you're an engine off, so it shouldn't make a difference, right? It still notices in the dashboard that you release, apparently. Huh. That's interesting. Then going around here, just trying to get good speed. This is just, you just drive pretty much. This is engine off and no brakes, so you really don't have many options when you're inside of a turn already. That part here is probably the hardest one. I would probably use camera 3 for this turn right here. It would make it a lot easier to see what's going on. You can use the ramp there, it's a lot easier, but this will obviously give it a little bit more speed if you go through here. How much speed do they have out of this? I had like 340. They have 360, 70 or so going through there. And then just get one more good turn here around the bend and finish. Cool. Alright, that was the Red Series. Now, only 5 tracks left to take a look at. Map number 21 is the first one, and this one was the Ortka map. Okay, it is Nico with a huge lead. He didn't have that lead earlier. Okay. He's now half a second in the lead of everybody else. Okay, watching. That is insane, to be honest. Half a second ahead. So yeah, just clean lines here with the rally car. You barely keep... no sliding, obviously. Very important. Yeah, you have to release a little bit there. Get a good exit. That's a lot of speed into the desert car section, which will snowball that speed. Wait, why did he just gain so much speed there? Wait, what? Felt like he gained speed, like, right here. But I guess it's just the more inside line. Huh, interesting. I think also just the desert car accelerates a little bit more than the rally car, I think. And across there. Very important that you have all 4 wheels on the ground in that part. Yeah, I just really clean desert car. Go on the left side, and now you can barely survive this without sliding, I think, with the snow car. This is so much speed. You really have to drive good snow car lines now with this kind of speed, because otherwise you will slide. You can see a little bit of skid marks there as well. Yeah, this is so much speed. I think the most important part of this entire map is most likely, I mean, obviously, for most players it's the rally car. I think, 100%. For most players, it's the rally car. The rally car is really difficult. You have to release a little bit. Okay, apparently you don't have to release in that turn. But you generally have to release a little bit in some parts. But for actual hunting, I think this turn right here is the most important, because they are full speeding it, first of all. But then also, he's keeping grip quite a lot. And yeah, if we compare that against Granadi maybe once, he's already behind here in the desert car part. But then I think he's gonna lose even more speed here, because he's not doing the tapping as well as Nico does. And that is losing quite a bit of speed. And even though he's good on snowcar, I don't think he can catch that up. If he has less speed entering this part, you're not gonna catch that up if the other person doesn't slide. Very wide line there for Granadi as well. Not the cleanest. Wait, what did they do? How is Jortem not ahead of Granadi in the finish? Oh. Because that run, he just drove that run. He just drove the run. It's not even updated in the records, but he just improved. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say, like, how would you ever lose that? Okay, map number 22. I really like this one as well. Melio world record with a 59.4. Yeah, this one looked really cool. There's a big difference from the top 4 to the 5th place. 6/10 of a difference there. Yeah, this is like a competitive map almost. Lots of different styles combined. Important drift turn there, of course. Then here, these ones are just flowy. These tech turns, they're just flowing. They're nice to drive. Very unique turn there with these castle turns. You don't really see them used that much, to be honest, recently. So that's pretty cool. And then across there as well, also nice stuff. Dropped on there, small drift across the corner here. And that is looking very good right here, that part by Melio. Inside line there. I think he could improve that drift a little bit. Yeah, he lost a little bit of time. Going on the side there to avoid the airtime a little bit. No slide that. Oh, that's possible. Okay. I was sliding that. That's good to know that you can no slide that. That gains a lot of time, I think. And then finish. Okay. One more time on this map, because I think this is a very, very complicated track. Map number 22. Also a rather more difficult author time, I would say. The author times get a lot harder now. Yeah, this, you just gotta survive somehow. Full speed, it's really, really tight. Then there, smooth line into the drift here. Obviously, you don't have to drive everything perfect here. Here, you wanna minimize the penalty grass a little bit, but it's not too bad if you touch it slightly, it looks like. Then into here, this part is tough as well. Keep driving this full speed. Do they drive this full speed as well? Yeah, that's tough. That's a really tough line. Drift here, inside. This one feels a little bit awkward, to be honest, I must say. This drift, like you can see in most of their lines, they want to go more inside, and then they notice, oh my god, wait, there's a border in the way. I need to extend the slide. Like, see Jan's line right here? He set up the turn if the border wasn't there. So right here, he has to brake again to avoid it. Yeah, that one is a little bit unflowy, I think, that part, because yeah, the apex is then not this edge here. The apex is like rather there-ish. You know, that's why. Changes the line a little bit. And then here, also this drift I think was a little bit better by Jan. Yeah, a little bit more speed, better exit. And then he jumps more middle here. Honestly, it was fine. And then just no slide. Okay, they just no slide there. It seems fairly easy actually. If you just slide or just turn a little bit less. Then one more difficult tech turn. That's the finish. Okay, map 22. Pretty simple. Vivsa, thank you as well for the 27 months resub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, this one. Heath with a massive world record on this one. 59.3. This looks insane. This one looked like the most fun map to me. It's more like it looked like a small map 25 from the previous campaign. So yeah, inside jump there and then get the downhill landing smooth. Now bounce into wall right here, keeping all of the momentum, and then another quarter pipe jump as we've seen before, also doing it with a drift setup. Okay, now this one also extremely important, keeping the speed there. Oh my god, sick stuff. Jump up there as well, nice, clean. Up here, that is sick. Jump up there as well, also cool stuff. Okay. This one I think is just a normal jump, you know? Yeah, that just works. Like, you will always have that kind of speed because of the penalty. And then just clean quarter pipe jump and then finish. Okay. Okay, that's a small jump to the side at the finish. I don't know if that's worth it. If you would overjump the finish otherwise, then for sure it is. Here you need to release, by the way, to land early in this. Heath barely gets the landing clean. And then, yeah, extremely inside turn on this one. To land in this clean and downhill. Avoid the penalty grass a little bit. Another clean wall ride entry here. If you didn't see this, by the way, it's a bit hard to tell in my opinion. It's right here. This is angled, so you can use the border there very nicely to get into the wall ride. Keep a lot of speed. And then also here, nice drift setup for this one. This is a hard map. But honestly, I think they were pretty fair with the author time on this one. The author time is not too hard if you get a like somewhat clean run. It's a very difficult map though. But the more you play, the better you will become on this kind of map, for sure. Up here, a little bit sideways, snaking around the turns. Yeah, this is from here at this point, this is mostly just normal driving. You can't really gain too much, I would say. Most of the gains of the world record come in the beginning portion. This is just clean as well. Quarter pipe jump. Very, very smooth quarter pipe jump though, to be honest. And then finish. Okay. 2 maps left. Let's take a look. This one I think was very interesting. A lot of people were hunting this one. Another Heath world record. I believe there's probably a zoop here, right? Oh, there so is a zoop here. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot faster. Holy shit. Okay. You can zoop on that one. I see. Wait, what is this? Oh my god, there's another zoom. What the? Wait, how? How did that work? He got, I think, reactives up. Okay, that's crazy sweat. Then full on ramp cut there as well. Do you do a zoop here as well? Surely not. But do you go inside? Yeah, kind of inside so that you can keep a lot of speed with the wood. Oh my god. Then, whew, that is clean. And then just one more turn into the finish. Damn, what a map. That is sick. Sick world records here already. And then just finish. Finish is fairly simple, but yeah, wow. Okay, so how do you do the start here? So you jump up, you hold brake, I think, instantly, like before you even jump pretty much. And you just keep holding it. Just keep holding gas and brake. And then you release it there. Once you're on the grass platform, you release it. Simple as that. And then you zoom. Then you gain so much speed. Oh my god, that's crazy. And then also here, very inside line. And we see different strats here. So we can see now he overslides his car to then get reactor here. But he gets the reactor up. He's barely more backwards than forwards. Barely over 90 degrees. That's incredibly close. And then gets reactor boost up here and jumps. Wait, that's the wrong button. Then somehow jumps. Right here, let's take a look. Virtual, I think, going for the same strat as well, yeah. Jumping there, and that's so much more speed. Like, I want to see that from the perspective of Scrappy once. Does a nice slide, super clean, inside line there. That's what you would do. And then they just come along with the speed. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, sick. That is sick. Maybe let's watch the ending from Yannick's perspective as the last thing. So yeah, here, you just survive this. Get a good drift. Then, small ramp cut. And now here, extremely important that you jump low and get a very, very direct line where you don't have to slow down at all into the wood. Yannick did not get it that good if you compare against Heath and loses out because of that. And then just one more turn left. You can go fairly inside there with the bump actually and finish. Yeah, pretty cool map, map 24 to be honest. Alright, one final map left. Let's take a look at map number 25, the final map of the campaign. World record by Yavzo, 103.0. This is probably the hardest author time, so I might give a few more tips here as well. Start fairly simple, going onto the wood there, then here. Want to keep a lot of speed early onto the grass, I think, yeah. Then jump up here. You just need to land a little bit sideways. Then you basically don't have to do anything. The turn drives itself. Now this one, I think you just want to land a little bit sideways. Tiny brake tap, yeah. Get around the corner like that. Then outside dirt, fairly simple. You can release a little bit as well. If you don't have the gear there, it's not the end of the world. Is this full speed? Oh, it is full speed. Okay. I was always releasing there, but you can actually full speed the water turn. And then probably the most difficult turn, the most important one of the map right here, this ice slide. Getting a good exit out of this is super hard in my opinion. And then just drop down. One more turn here that surely you would never fail on author time. And finish. Okay, nice run here by Yavzo. Final run that we will take a look at. So yeah, goes very inside here through the checkpoint to get then a smooth line into the wood here as well. Very early into the booster. Also goes extremely inside onto this grass. Then I think this turn, I think he messes up a little bit. I think you could get that a lot better if you were a little bit more inside. Then this turn is fairly simple. Then another drift here. You just want a good exit. Keep a lot of speed into this engine off and make that jump. Then here again you land sideways and like tiny brake tap. You want to keep a lot of speed through that. Then this, just normal outside dirt. Make the turn here. Then small water part. Again, this turn looks like it's just full speed. You just need to know when to steer it. It's a little bit delayed, it feels like, the steering there. But it just works. And then just, yeah, one more ice side to go. Wanna brake a lot in the start to then have a very good exit. You see here, it's only gas and right. Once you have the right angle in the start, you only gas and right here. Nothing else. You don't have to do anything, ideally. Obviously, if you're on a different line, you might have to release or brake again or something like that. But ideally, that's all you have to do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Fall 2025 campaign after 5 hours. Those were the world records. I believe probably these records here, or these rankings are not accurate, because probably Heath would be up there, unless he only played 2 maps. I mean, he has 87,000 points. I noticed him on 2 maps having the world record, so maybe it's actually accurate, who knows. But yeah, pretty fun maps, to be honest. I dropped from 13,000 to 18,000 on map number 1 while I was yapping. So we gotta get into it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the small analysis of the maps, of the world records. And yeah, maybe tell me which one of these tracks is your favorite. Yeah, see you in the next videos again. Bye-bye.